in Europe is a significant watering down of some of the energy targets or green targets that were set up only a few months ago. And a lot of it in the landscape is the increasing cost that the European industry is facing, particularly from gas and electricity. And also at the same time, European elections coming over the summer here. A lot of fears from politicians from both on the left and the right that the green policies are going to cause many voters to vote against them. And now what we are seeing is that rolling back of those policies.
I mean, when I was in London, folks, like if you haven't been over there, it's unbelievable the difference from America on sort of the moment by moment, the microcosm of doing green, of doing EV. And yet, Javi, I believe in the zeitgeist. I saw a German industrialist reaming the German government over the cost of all this. Where are we going to be in a year in Europe as they readjust to the economics of green?
I think that what we are going to be doing is we are going to see more gas. We are seeing already the German government realizing that to get out of coal, they are going to need a baseload gas-fired power generation. I think that that's clear. I don't think that we are going to be seeing a massive rollback on the push on wind and solar, although probably offshore wind is going to slow down. And what I think that we are going to be again in a year's time is with much higher production costs that in the United States and in Asia, because of energy prices are going to remain higher in Europe than in those other regions, and where we're going to be seeing a continuous drop of projects from energy-intensive companies in Europe and a relocation of those projects into China and into the United States.
Javier, just give us an update where we are in terms of European supply, demand for oil, for natural gas. We're in February here, arguably peak heating months. We were concerned with the Russian invasion of Ukraine 2 years ago that would be a real challenge for the European consumer in terms of energy availability and cost. Where are we in winter number 2?
Winter number 2 is very similar to winter number 1. It has been quite mild until now. We got about 10 days of really cold weather here in London in January. It seems that we are about to hit a bit of more cold weather later this week and next one. But so far it has been quite mild and it has been quite useful in reducing the demand for gas. The industry is consuming a lot less gas than the pre-crisis. We are still tracking around 20% below what we used to see as normal consumption from the industry. And that means that we are going to emerge the winter with higher storage that otherwise, and prices are not going to be as high as we fear. Oil demand, it's I would say nothing to write home, no much up, no much down, but a very interesting turn of events in many European countries. We are seeing a resurgence in gasoline demand. You hear that well, despite EVs and everything, gasoline demand is on the way up in Europe. Why? Because people are dropping their diesel cars, and that's not because EVs was mostly on the back of the scandal of Volkswagen a few years back, and they're going back to gasoline. So we are seeing in some markets in Europe, particularly in the south, say Italy, say Spain, the highest gasoline demand in 15 years.
Wow. I didn't know that.
What do they think of hybrid? I mean, Javi, I know you don't pay attention to anything Bloomberg Surveillance is doing, but what we're doing is EV versus hybrid. Is hybrid, I mean, I had a guy from Mercedes a million years ago tell me they were going hybrid. Is hybrid a big deal in Europe?
It is a big deal in Europe. You could get a hybrid in many countries, and you don't pay some taxes. So from a tax perspective, it's very, very convenient. And what is happening for many users is that they are getting the hybrid, benefiting from tax, and then they are never charging the hybrid. They're just running on gasoline. So actually, that's even worse for gasoline demand because you end up driving a very heavy car on gasoline because you are hauling the battery. So that's also another reason why gasoline demand in some European countries is increasing rather sharply.
Should we get an olive oil update from our surveillance olive oil expert, Javier Blas? Paul, please lead it off here on olive oil.
I'm not sure where to go with this, Javier, but give us the state of the market.
some good news on olive oil. For 2 consecutive weeks, we have seen a drop in wholesale extra virgin olive oil from Spain. So that's good. But I am afraid that still the direction of the travel towards the summer is for higher prices for olive oil. Very painful for my pocket.
When Javier cooks, Gordon Ramsay takes notes.
Right.
Javier, which olive oil do you use in the Blas kitchen?
Only Spanish. We are about to have a fight here. If you say anything about olive oil and you tell me that you are not having Spanish olive oil.
What's the difference between Spanish olive oil and the overpriced Italian idiocy at Whole Foods Market, or Moroccan oil, or this oil or that? What's the Spanish difference?
Well, since I now work for Bloomberg Opinion and I can express my opinion, Spanish olive oil is a lot better, of course.